It doesn't matter if you win by 1 point or 20 points, or if you're the underdog and you cover the spread but you lose. I mean, who cares? We're here to win.
But is it a show of disrespect to take it that way? You know, Sean's a very motivationally oriented.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. I mean, you could look at it and say, obviously the guys that think they know what they're talking about think that we're going to lose, you know? So whatever you can to provide extra motivation, I'm all for it.
How good is Sean?
Sean's awesome at that. He's awesome at that. I mean, finding every little thing to, you know, whatever it takes to motivate and inspire, however he can narrow the focus down to something that's just very kind of singular and, you know, hey, this is what we need to do, or let's use this single fact or whatever as our motivation. He's great at that.
Trust in the strength and experience of the strong arm.
Saints on 6 will be right back. Who that say they're gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that?
Out the 32 women wearing those black and gold sequins that you see every game. The Saintsations, of course, we're talking about. And I talked to one Saintsation who said this is going to be a bittersweet game for her.
Black and gold and the Super Bowl. Black and gold and the Super Bowl. Woo!
It's a first for NFL's New Orleans dance team.
It was my first year here in New Orleans, and it was a great way to meet amazing girls, and what luck to be going to the Super Bowl.
It's like once in a lifetime, and it's been absolutely awesome.
But for so many New Orleanians, like 23-year-old Saintsation Amanda Scott, it's more than a Super Bowl for the city.
A rock for the city, a foundation, something that unites everybody after everything we've been through.
Amanda was one of the Chalmette residents who lost everything during Hurricane Katrina. But the recovery brought her to tears at her very first game as a Saintsation. That day, players and fans first returned to the Superdome after the storm.
Green Day performed with U2 to The Saints Are Coming, and every time they play that song, we're actually dancing to it for the Super Bowl. I still have like those chills of watching them perform.
Amanda's 4 years on the dance team have come full circle. From her first game, the Dome coming, to her last game this Sunday, the Super Bowl.
I think it's going to be like final closure for me, just because it's been such a toss-up, and I know this is my final game. So, of course, I'm going to tearing up right now, but I know that it's going to be the end. So, it's just really hard, that knowing that it's over. But I'm at the big game, so that's all that matters.
On your side in South Florida, Melanie Hebert, WDSU.
Side cornerback Tracy Porter. First, let's get the non-football questions out the way. Do you have a special haircut? We've chronicled your hair all season long. We even did a live shot from where you get your hair cut. Is something special going to be under that hat come Sunday?
It's possible. My guy is supposed to come down here, and if he does, we're going to have something in the works, hopefully.
I think you're going to have something in the works. All right, let's talk football now. We'll give the hair a rest until we can at least see it when you unveil it. Talk about Peyton Manning, probably your toughest challenge this year. I know you've played against some Super Bowl quarterbacks, Eli Manning and Tom Brady, Kurt Warner, Brett Favre, but this may be your toughest test of the season. Do you relish that opportunity?
You definitely relish the opportunity to go against one of the greatest quarterbacks in this league, because, I mean, it's gonna let you know how far your defense has come along, and you know, if it holds true that in fact we are one of the top defenses in the league, because if you can go against a guy like that and perform well, it says a lot about your defense. It says a lot about the guys on that side of the ball.
Can you just talk a little bit about the fact that, you know, it kind of flies under the radar that you're from Louisiana because you went to Indiana University and you are a Hoosier, but you're from Louisiana and you grew up cheering for the black and gold. Can you just talk about how special this is in your second year going to the Super Bowl?
I mean, it's very special, let alone I'm going in my second year, but to be part of the Who Dat Nation, watching the Saints all my years growing up, and to be a part of this Super Bowl run that we're making, I mean, words can't describe how special it is to me.
Can you just talk about when you saw this defense come together? Was it when Greg Williams got here? Was it when Sharper signed? I mean, they kind of had some pieces in place when you got here, but now it seems like it's all come together with you, Jabari, Darren, and kind of everybody as a whole being as opportunistic as you all are, kind of came together this year.
Yeah, it all began to come together, you know, once we made the free agent acquisitions. But the final piece of the the puzzle was put in place once Greg got here. I mean, he's instilled a mentality in us, you know, that we're going to force turnovers. We're going to be one of the best tackling teams in the league, and he's been doing a great job instilling that into us and repeating that over and over in practice. You know, he wants all 11 guys to the ball once the ball breaks the line of scrimmage, and we've been doing a great job of doing that, and it's transpiring into this season, and we're having a big year.
All right, Tracy Porter, good luck on Sunday. We appreciate it. All right.
Super Bowl was just a football game. Consider this. The newspaper in New Orleans, the Times-Picayune, sold more papers today, the paper kind of newspapers, than any other day in its history. People lined up outside the building to buy papers. And look at something else, the headlines back when times were bad in that town after Katrina, including "Help Us Please," replaced the best news in that city in years, today's paper. The game was seen by the largest audience in U.S. television history, over 106 million viewers. That's just an early estimate. People who had no connection with New Orleans polled for the New Orleans Saints. And those from New Orleans, well, that party you could hear all the way from New York. Never before has a team been such an emblem for an entire city. NBC's Janet Shamlian is lucky enough to be there for us tonight. Janet, good evening.
Brian, good evening to you. As you can hear, they are still celebrating here on Bourbon Street tonight, a win that seemed to turn New Orleans' team, at least briefly, into America's team.
The long-suffering Saints, a sentimental favorite across the country, back home with football's biggest prize. Hard won after years of struggle, not unlike that faced by the city this team calls home.
We played for so much more than just ourselves. We played for our city. We played for the entire Gulf Coast region. We played for all the entire Houdat Nation.
That is the most precious moment that a father can share with his son.
Drew Brees, not just the MVP quarterback, but by any account, the biggest cheerleader of post-Katrina revival. Even in the city of Mardi Gras, it was a party for the ages. As tens of thousands spilled into the streets of the French Quarter, celebrating something bigger than a sports win.
This is an incredible time. It is a reaffirmation of this city. We have come back. We are better than ever.
In the still devastated lower Ninth Ward, where there's too often little to cheer, residents say the Saints have given them hope.
The Saints lift the city up. After Katrina, that was our savior. They lift the city up.
Mail carrier Rodney Sandifer measures progress by the letter.
After Katrina, we probably had 50 deliveries over here on this whole side. Now we got like 3 mailmans over here because there's so many deliveries.
For any of you facing problems out there, we are proof that you can overcome it.
WWL Radio's Garland Robinette talked his city through Katrina and now says a victory on the gridiron will bring a revival.
We have been destroyed, and we haven't only won a football game and a championship, we're reborn.
A victory parade is planned for here tomorrow night, even in a city for throwing big parties. Planners are saying this one will have no equal. Brian?
Janet Shamlian in the French Quarter tonight. Janet, thanks. And you know how the commercials have become such a big part